first time that any of these teams are going through something like this. Both teams that kind of stumbled to the finish line.
Yeah, not like a typical seventh game.
They've had to deal with to key players, and it's been a challenging year.
It's been a roller coaster ride, and in fairness, listen, most teams have dealt with that, but it doesn't make it any easier.
Doug McDermott having the best season of his career. Of course, that prolific collegiate career at Creighton, such high expectations. Finally putting it all together as Miles Bridges misses underneath. Here's Dougie McBuckets, top of the circle.
Makes it really hard for you to get matched up and provide help, and that was an example there on that triple.
Here's Bridges, shot clock winding down, has to fire with about 5 on the timer.
This entire team, and you look at the impact they've gotten from Bridges, from P.J. Washington, Malik Monk, or penetration. If you get the ball in the paint, it forces the defense into rotation, and if you space it well, you're going to have opportunities to shoot threes.
LaMelo Ball has missed his first 2 shots. Here comes Sabonis. We know how well he can handle it. Underneath, a little bit of contact. Week and a half of the season, but they lost their last 5 games. Really stumbled to that finish line as McDermott knocks in another 3. How about this start by the Pacers? With 3 threes in that game just to get his confidence level up, and that GA seems to have carried over at least early in this game. Rozier off balance, patented little step back, and Sabonis clears. Has hit a couple early buckets in this game. Charlotte's offense has looked okay. It's just the defense. Right, can they get some stops at this end? Sabonis.
Hamstrings is cooling down. And you don't want that to get stiff at all as he's gotten off to a solid start.
Here's Sabonis, beautiful drop step. He's so good with his feet.
For the Pacers.
Here comes Sabonis, puts it on the deck, lays it up and gets a friendly little bounce. I have to think he's going to need some time to just get his chemistry back, his timing after all those games missed.
Both these teams do a terrific job of just attacking the paint, putting you in rotation, and then making the right feed. And there's another example of it, though, but PJ unable to get the finish with that layup in transition.
2 seconds off the inbound. Sumner's shot puts it down. And the pace with which they played offensively has been stark.
And that's a great point you make there, Spiro, because that does allow you to play with more rhythm, and Graham was trying to draw the foul on that triple there.
And that's been the difference, Greg, the 3-point shooting of Indiana. Rozier, open 3. Big factor for Charlotte. And one of the players they hope can bring them back. Charlotte now has dipped below that 30-point clip. Sabonis wants to take Zeller.
Offensively, able to knock down that triple.
Monk, who's had a career year in terms of his numbers. What a shot, Brogdon! Up over the shoulder, and a chance at 3 for Indiana.
He's kind of a guy that plays on the ground. He can probably work himself into a game a little easier.
3-pointer, a little bit short from Monk. And here is Brogdon. Can he get back to his confident self? This will be an offensive foul on Sabonis. And here is Brogdon. Can he get back to his confident self? This will be an offensive foul on Sabonis.
That's a good break, though, for Charlotte.
Sabonis only 1 of 6 so far in this game. They haven't needed much from him as Bridges misses a tough little floater. Here's Sabonis, 9 triple-doubles. Just such a unique skill set. Turn back. Look at Bridges inside for Charlotte.
They've kept Charlotte out of transition. They forced him to have to play in the half court, and they have not been consistent offensively because of that. They've kept Charlotte out of transition. They forced him to have to play in the half court, and they have not been consistent offensively because of that. Just don't get the sense that the sense of urgency you expect to have in an elimination game has been on display here from Charlotte as they continue to get sliced up. Yeah, and I think just by virtue of how they play, though, I really do like philosophically who they are as a basketball team. Just by virtue of how they play, though, I really do like philosophically who they are as a basketball team.
McDermott was wide open. Sabonis got a hand on it, comes up with the theft. Oh, this was not the close to the half that the Hornets were hoping for.
To force the issue defensively, and then a just complete breakdown defensively there to give up the layup.
P.J. Washington on a three-pointer won't go.
And you know what else is crazy about this is if you'd have told me coming in that Sabonis would be 1 of 8 from the at the start of the third quarter, there's no way I could believe that.
Little pick and roll action, and finally Sabonis able to get to the bottom of the career. GA, who was only 3 of 11 in the first half, finally is able to get one for the Hornets.
And while this thing looks like it's out of hand, it's clicking right now offensively. Great chemistry and execution here by the Pacers.
Here comes Ball, setting up Zeller. Shot clock down to 1. Justin Holiday turns, has to force. No offensive rebound. McDermott. And that's the kind of night it's been for the Hornets. First ever NBA play-in tournament. Ball. Oh, that would have been thunderous. In command with a 25-point lead. Here's Sabonis. Backs down against Washington. A little lean-in step back. And he gets the friendly bounce again. Only his 3rd basket tonight, and that just adds to the craziness of this score. To have this lead on a night that Sabonis has scored only 6 points is incredible.
You know, he hadn't shot it well, but boy, he's done everything else well in terms of his passing and rebounding. Self-willing it, had some guys open weak side for 3 and decided not to make that pass, and they continue to kind of play a little hero ball here, not moving it.
Here comes Rozier, driving and kicking out to Bridges in the corner. Washington outside Rozier, pull up 3. Brogdon into the corner. Open 3, Brissett, a little bit short. Offensive rebound, Sabonis.
And the other thing they did really well with him, they were terrific in crunch time. Sabonis, strong move there for the finish because of the defense forcing some turnovers and getting out in transition.
Zeller and Rozier have scored all of Charlotte's points, all 15 in this third quarter. O'Shea Brissett putting himself together a nice little. All right, it seems like he can say that for just about everyone who's put the uniform on for Indiana. Here's Brissett again from deep. It's target practice.
They have just dug themselves a hole from which I'm not sure you can recover.
A team that overachieved for so much this season. Sabonis for that 8th and final spot over the final couple of weeks of the season, but they lost their last 5 games.
We've seen stranger things happen, but they're going to have to string some stops together here this last 3 minutes.
Sabonis starting to get comfortable. 13 of 27 from deep. It has been a shooting clinic.
They've done a great job of making Charlotte pay for the mistakes, the breakdowns defensively.
Holiday again. Sabonis takes it back. He's just so gifted with the basketball in his hands. What vision. Speaking of court vision, Ball dropping it off for Washington, poked away.